The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. Lao Tzu. If you want to learn how to make games, you gotta take the first step, and then the next, and so on. In this video I will give you the map, but you have to walk that road yourself. And yes, it's a terrible road, filled with nightmares, but it's worth it. And the first step is to get out of your own way. Learning how to make games is one of the hardest things in the world, but not because of actual difficulty, but because of perceived difficulty. In other words, you are dumb. At least when it comes to assessing the difficulty of a task. Your brain tends to assume that things are gonna be way harder than they actually are. So your brain notices, oh shit, we're gonna have to learn stuff. But learning takes energy and effort, so your brain tries to stop you before you even start so you don't waste all the energy. How to break free from this curse? Take a leap of faith. Place one foot in front of the other and keep going. And do not trust your brain. Alright, you took your first step, you're on the road. Where to next? Now you're gonna find the easiest possible way to have a working prototype. What do I mean by that? A simple game where you can at least move around and do some stuff. Simple interactions. You can use GDevelop or Scratch or any tool that uses visual scripting, and you're gonna use tutorials as well. The goal here is to set up something with little to no friction. Why? So you can learn the concepts of interaction, triggers, programming events, and all that in a very simple way. This is the foundation for game programming logic, and you're taking your little baby steps. After you have a simple prototype like a character running around or something, and you're satisfied with it, time for next step. Okay, and now we have an optional step here. This is probably a good time to move on to actual programming, to move on to Unity, Godot, Unreal, all those engines. But again, it's optional. If you really like visual programming, you can stick with it for a bit. There's nothing wrong with that. Just don't forget that everything seems impossible until it is done. If you want to keep using visual programming because you like it, that's okay. But if you're just scared of actual programming, I would strongly advise you to start learning. You gotta get rid of that fear, man. Alright, now it's time to finish your first game. That may sound scary, but I'm talking about a very small game here, like 3 levels, something really compact. But I'm gonna say something that differs from most people's advice, even from my own past advice. Make a game that you would actually like to play. A lot of people say that at this stage you should just make a Mario clone or a Pong clone. I mean, I said it in another video, but now I changed my mind. I remembered that when I was starting, I tried to make a Pong clone and I hated every second of it. But when I tried to make a game that I would love to play, it actually worked. I made a top-down shooter inspired by Doom. It only had 3 levels and 2 enemy types, but I loved it. I still play it from time to time. Because one thing that nobody tells you is that you need passion for these things. Working with passion is way more enjoyable. But come on, I'm not telling you to make your dream game. I'm telling you to make something that you would still like to play, even if it's very small, 2D, very compact. Okay, now it's time to make more projects like this one. How many? Well, just keep making them until you feel comfortable enough to make a commercial game. Or join a team, or get a job. I don't know, man, it's up to you. I can't really intervene in this step of the journey. This is where things get unique for each individual, and I don't want to get in the way of your process here. Just remember to give yourself time. Learning how to make games is a process. It's not one thing that happens once. You are gonna keep improving till the day you die, my man. Promise me that. And remember, I believe in you. You can do this, you can make your dream game eventually. The world is full of opportunities and gamers really want more quality games, especially in this day and age. Hey man, I've given you the map. It's time to hit the road.